Hey, this is Adam Pfaff. Thank you so much for tuning in. I normally do written content pieces on my blog, but I wanted to take a stab at maybe doing a podcast video type thing for y'all. And I wanted to talk about creating your marketing plan for 2019. So this is obviously a hot topic between sales people as well as business managers. When it comes this time of year, we're kind of all reflecting on how the year went. We have a better idea of the year cohesively, and we can look at where we want to go in 2019. So with that, for the majority of us, that means sitting down and writing a marketing plan, right? Now, the marketing plan can be something like, hey, I made X amount of money in 2018. I want to make X amount of money in 2019. Here's how I'm going to do it. But I like to go the step further and allow marketing plans to have different goals than just monetary, right? You might want to build your Facebook followers, or you might want to have more people subscribe to your blog. You might want to simply move more units, not worry so much about the total overall dollar amount at the end of the day. You just want to see that volume is increasing. You might have different performance markers, and that's completely cool. The good thing about a marketing plan is that it can be applied to really any goal. That's the first thing that I look at when creating a marketing plan is naming that goal. So whether you're looking at monetary goals or subscription goals, or even maybe creating more time off for you and your family as a goal, what we need to do is we need to compare and grab data from previous years so we can figure out what's realistic in setting that expectation. So I go back as far as I've been in an industry that I can really track data, and I compare it, right? What was my compounding increase from 16 to 17, from 17 to 18, and we take that data from 2018 and say, okay, here's the natural progression of my business if I really just did what I've always done. And then what you do is you say, if I'm really gonna work hard at this year, I'm gonna set a goal that's higher than what seems apparent or what seems easy. And that's how goals should be. They should be greater than what the natural occurring result should be. So if you think about it in terms of an investment, if you know that, hey, I'm going to put $20 in a bank, in a savings account, and it's going to get me 3% interest this year, right? My goal should be, how can I get that $20 to turn into more than 3%, right? I know that my business increased in revenue 10% year over year for the last 3 years. How do I get that 10% to increase to 30% this year? So your goals should be above the natural progression of your business, but they should also scare you. So when I was with Lululemon, one of the first things we did was we took new employees and we made them write down their goals, salary-wise, career-wise, and lifestyle-wise, or personal life-wise. And it gave a lot of people that fire in order to start working towards something. And it also allowed us as managers in order to kind of curate success within our employees because we knew where they wanted to go. We could hold them accountable for their goals, and we could offer what was available to us within our realm of business in order for us to help them achieve those goals. And when you have management and a workforce that's working in tandem to achieve each other's goals, you have a lot more mutual respect and you have a lot more success overall. So your goals should scare you a little bit, right? They should be a little bit outlandish. But I personally feel like your goal should not only scare you, but the idea of failing to reach your goal should scare you even more. So I think that your goal should have some sort of an emotional connection to it. It shouldn't be something that you're like, oh yeah, that's a good goal. You should really look at it and say, hey, like, I love that goal. Like, I am passionate about that goal. I want that to happen to my life. I'm going to be super, upset if I don't achieve that. And if you feel both sides, like, oh man, that number kind of scares me a little bit, but at the same time, like, I want to achieve that so badly that it scares me not to get it, then I think you've landed on something that's really good. The next step in creating that marketing plan is listing out after you've looked at, the data from the year prior, list out 5 setbacks you had, and then list out 5 big wins that you had. And once you've listed those out, on the setbacks, write down how you will avoid those in the upcoming year. Those 5 wins that you had, how are you going to leverage those in order to help position you for even more success, right? So a good example, so if you're in automotive and from order to delivery of a product is going to take me 6 weeks, right? And you know that in order to guarantee the sales and quick sale of that unit that's going to be delivered, say January 10th, it's 6 weeks, you need to make sure that people are reserving those products really quickly within that time frame of being ordered, so that you can get that money on the books pretty much the second they hit the lot. So if you know that the last year, hey, I got 35 units sitting in January, I'm sitting here, it's December 15th, we don't have a lot pre-sold, that once they come on the lot and you've personally taken delivery on them, you're going to have to push those hard in order to get that income during the month of delivery. Whereas if you would have marketed those products earlier, like say you pre-planned your orders earlier, right? You knew what you were going to order December 1st to take January 10th or January 15th delivery. You market those products prior to order to ensure that there is interest and to go ahead and get some reservations on the books. Then once you've placed the order, you've already pre-sold a decent amount of your inventory, and then you can guarantee more income when it comes time to close those deals upon delivery in January. So, taking those setbacks, creating wins, and then essentially reinstituting those winning strategies to leverage more success in the future. The next thing is timing, learning how to be proactive as opposed to reactive. So this time last year, I sat down and put a blog together talking about reactive marketing versus proactive marketing, and how I felt like more companies should be not as worried about reactive marketing and more worried about taking the additional time to create proactive marketing techniques and sticking to their guns when it comes to the techniques that have been laid out. So I feel like a lot of us, especially within corporate marketing, work in a reactive kind of business mindset a lot. If you work in travel or hotel, and I'll kind of use that December to January time frame again. If you know that your booking window is 6 weeks out and you're trying to generate money for January, then you know that you need to get people locking in their rates between November 15th and December 5th in order to fall within that 6-week booking window, which means if you wait until January 1st to market January travel, you're too late. Even worse, if you have superiors or directors that are looking at the end of the month and saying, hey man, our January numbers are way, way down. We have to aggressively market this and we need to offer discounts in order to incentivize, then not only has the company lost money due to untapped revenue early on in the booking cycle, but now they're taking a hit on the opportunity of income due to discounting. So now you're being hit twice. There's 2 setbacks at that side. Overall reservations are down, and the ones that are locked in are now done at a discount because proactive marketing wasn't handled early on, right? So setting those proactive marketing tactics are really going to assist in making sure that you are able to avoid those setbacks. And by putting them on your marketing plan, they hold you accountable, right? So accountability within business is huge. Most businesses have multiple partners or multiple people involved, boards of directors that keep them accountable. But if you're a salesperson, especially if you're in real estate sales and you don't have a ton of people holding you accountable for your actions, then if you don't have something on paper, if you don't have a marketing plan, if you don't have something that you can look at and reference and even other people can see, then the likelihood of you holding yourself accountable for actions, if you miss them, is not very big, right? So what I suggest people do is get your marketing plan, fill it out, send it to your friends, send it to your family. Those are the people that are going to help leverage a lot of your success anyways. And by letting them know what your goals are, they know how they can help you. Maybe your mom knows, hey, I need a new car within the next 12 months anyways, and you sell cars. Maybe your mom's going to say, hey, he has this goal of hitting it in March. I'm going to plan on buying something from him in March so that I can help him meet that goal. Same with real estate. Maybe your aunt knows that, hey, I'd really like to get out of this house and move into something towards the end of the year. I know that they have this huge goal of Q2. Maybe, I'm going to push that goal up, help them achieve theirs, and they can help me in the process get what I want, right? So there's this huge accountability factor, but unless you tell people what your goals are, they don't know how they can help you achieve them. So by telling people what your goals are, by giving out your marketing plan, you don't have to share it with everybody in your office, but give it to people whose opinion matters most to you. Maybe give it to your manager, maybe give it to your director. Let those people also hold you accountable. Maybe give it to your assistant, and then put it somewhere where you have to see it all the time, right? That way, if you are not on track to achieving that goal that made you almost scared not to achieve, then, and you see it that you're not on track to hit it, it's going to ignite that fire for you to catch up and try to get that goal. And, and if you're not doing the things that you need to in order to get that goal, you have people in your life that are going to hold you accountable for it. Finally, execution. You have to do the things that you say you're going to do on your marketing plan in order to achieve the goals that you wrote down. Obviously, accountability is a huge thing, but, just simply doing the things that you do, or the things you said that you would do on your marketing plan is almost 90% of the reason people succeed with planning. Now, you have to be flexible. You have to know that certain things are going to change. You're going to have obstacles pop up. Hopefully, the obstacles that popped up last year are different than the obstacles that pop up this year. Because if they were, then we didn't have the right planning in place in order to avoid them. But hopefully the challenges that you see in 2019 are new challenges. Hopefully there are things that assist you in your own personal growth or your career growth. And hopefully the skills that you've achieved from overcoming obstacles in the past will make it easier for you to overcome obstacles in the future. Now, if you have any questions on how to sit down and write a marketing plan, or maybe you need somebody to come in and assist you in executing a marketing plan for your own business, or maybe for your company, don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's Adam, or it's appfaff@gmail.com, or you can just give me a call at area code 817-913-1873. I'm here. I'm available. I would love to help. I get amped up about talking about goals, and I'm also super passionate about seeing other business people and sales associates succeed. So don't be afraid to reach out. If you have questions, put them in the comments below, or shoot me an email. Okay, let's make 2019 the best year yet. Let's get your marketing plan on the books.